Does the price of freedom have a limit? In 2025, with inflation eating away at your paycheck and ammunition prices climbing, you might think building a reliable battery of arms is impossible on a budget. You would be wrong. I have scoured the market, dragged these platforms through the mud, and burned thousands of rounds downrange to answer one question. What can you trust your life with for under $400? I am not talking about pawnshop junk or theoretical bargains. I am talking about hardware I have personally handled, fired, and cleared malfunctions on. We are looking for reliability, parts availability, and lethal utility. Whether you are in the rural Midwest protecting livestock or navigating the concrete jungle of Chicago, these are the tools that punch way above their weight class. We are starting at the bottom and working our way to the single best budget firearm on the planet. Coming in at number 12 is the ultimate gray man backpack gun, the Kel-Tec Sub-2000. This is not a precision rifle, it is a force multiplier. This is a folding carbine chambered in 9mm that literally snaps in half to fit inside a laptop bag or a vehicle center console. That folding mechanism is the headline feature. For a budget-minded shooter who needs concealable firepower without a tax stamp, this is gold. Mechanically, it uses a simple blowback design with a 16-inch barrel, squeezing every ounce of velocity out of that pistol cartridge. But here is the kicker. It feeds from standard Glock magazines. That means logistics are solved instantly. You can share magazines between your sidearm and your primary truck gun. The Generation 3 models have finally fixed the optics issue, featuring a rotating forend so you can keep your red dot zeroed while the weapon is folded. It is reliable, it is light, and it puts rounds on target faster than a handgun. It is functional, ugly, and effective. Next, at number 11, we have a trainer that feels like a duty weapon, the Sig Sauer P322. Do not confuse this with a toy. If you want to run drills without burning through your retirement fund on centerfire ammo, this is the answer. This is a dedicated .22 long rifle semi-automatic that mimics the ergonomics of a full-sized combat pistol. It comes standard with 20-round magazines, giving you serious capacity for plinking or small game hunting. The trigger is crisp, single action only, and the recoil is non-existent. Sig Sauer built this for shooters who know that repetition is the mother of skill. You get a optic-ready slide and a threaded barrel adapter right out of the box. While I would not recommend rimfire for primary self-defense due to ignition reliability issues inherent to the cartridge, as a survival tool or a high-volume trainer, the P322 is a masterpiece of economic warfare. We move to number 10, a legend that needs no introduction but demands respect. The Ruger 1022. If American gun culture had a backbone, this rifle would be it. This is not just a .22 long rifle platform. It is a blank canvas for the survivalist. For under $400, you are getting a rotary-fed, semi-automatic rifle that will run dirty, wet, or dry. The aftermarket support for the 1022 rivals the AR-15 platform. You want a folding stock, a match-grade bull barrel, a suppressor host? You can build it. Out of the box, it is lightweight, insanely reliable with factory 10-round magazines, and accurate enough to take small game at 50 yards all day long. It is the perfect teacher for fundamentals, trigger control, breathing, and sight alignment, without the flinch-inducing recoil of a high-caliber rifle. In a long-term grid-down scenario, a Ruger 1022 and a brick of 500 rounds is a currency all its own. What sound does safety make in the middle of the night? For decades, the answer has been the racking of a pump-action shotgun. Sitting at number 9 is the king of home defense versatility, the Mossberg 500. This is not a safe queen, it is a trench broom. While the Remington 870 has struggled with quality control in recent years, the Mossberg 500 has remained the definition of American reliability. For under $400, you are getting a 12-gauge scattergun that will feed anything from light birdshot to heavy buckshot without hesitation. The beauty here is the modularity. You can swap the long field barrel for an 18.5-inch security barrel in seconds, transforming it from a hunting tool to a hallway sweeper. It features a top-mounted ambidextrous safety that is intuitive under high stress. You do not have to look for it, your thumb just knows where to go. The finish might be basic, and the furniture might rattle a bit. But when you need to stop a threat at close range, the Mossberg 500 is the hammer you want in your hand. Moving to number 8, we have a pistol that has silenced the critics and armed the working class, the Taurus G3C. Let us be honest, Taurus had a rocky reputation in the early 2000s, but the G3 series is a redemption story. This is a compact 9mm striker-fired pistol that gives you 12 rounds of capacity in a package easy to conceal under a t-shirt. For the budget-conscious citizen who needs a carry gun today, not 6 months from now, this is the solution. It features restrike capability, meaning if you pull the trigger and get a hard primer, you can pull it again without racking the slide. That is a rare feature at this price point. The grip texture is aggressive, locking into your hand like sandpaper, and it ships with 3 magazines. Think about that value. While snobs turn their noses up, the G3C is out there every day, riding in waistbands and protecting families. It is not refined, but it is undeniably effective. At number 7, we have the ultimate force multiplier for the modern rifleman, the Smith & Wesson M and P1522. Ammunition prices for 5.56 are volatile. If you want to master the manual of arms for your AR-15 without going bankrupt, you need this rifle. This is a dedicated .22 long rifle carbine that replicates the controls of a standard AR-15 perfectly. The safety selector, the magazine release, the charging handle, and the bolt catch are exactly where your muscle memory expects them to be. This means you can run complex movement drills, reload drills, and malfunction clearances for pennies on the dollar. It is lightweight, reliable with quality ammunition, and features a standard Picatinny rail for mounting your lights and optics. You are not just buying a plinker, you are buying a training system that translates directly to your primary fighting rifle. Whether you are teaching a new shooter or keeping your own skills sharp, the M and P1522 is the smartest investment you can make for your tactical toolbox. Can a clone outshine the master? At number 6, we have the weapon that democratized the most proven pistol geometry in history, the Palmetto State Armory Dagger. This is essentially a Generation 3 Glock 19 clone, but it costs half the price of the Austrian original. Palmetto State Armory took the expiration of patents as an invitation to arm the American public. The ergonomics are arguably better than the original, with a grip texture that sticks and a slight undercut on the trigger guard that allows for a higher purchase on the gun. This means less muzzle flip and faster follow-up shots. It feeds from Glock magazines, fits most Glock 19 holsters, and accepts almost all aftermarket parts. If you want a reliable, striker-fired 9mm that you can abuse, drop in the mud, and trust with your life without worrying about scratching a collectible finish, the Dagger is the undisputed champion of value. It is the working man's shield. Surging into the number 5 spot is the import that embarrassed major manufacturers, the Canik TP9 series. Coming out of Turkey, these pistols have redefined what a budget trigger should feel like. While other sub-$400 guns have triggers that feel like dragging a piano across a gravel road, the Canik breaks like glass. We are talking about a standard capacity, striker-fired 9mm that is ready for duty right out of the box. The TP9 series usually ships with a relentless amount of accessories, holsters, cleaning kits, and interchangeable backstraps. But the real story is the shootability. The bore axis is low, the reset is short, and the accuracy is often superior to handguns costing twice as much. Whether you choose the compact or the full-size variant, you are getting NATO spec reliability. Some people turn their nose up at imports, but the targets do not lie. If you want high performance on a shoestring budget, Canik is the answer. Now, at number 4, we have a micro-compact that actually solves the physics of pocket carry. The Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. For years, pocket pistols in .380 ACP were miserable to shoot. They snapped, they bit your hand, and the triggers were heavy enough to pull your sights off target. Smith & Wesson fixed it. The Bodyguard 2.0 is tiny. It disappears into a front pocket or a deep concealment holster, but it shoots like a much larger gun. They redesigned the ergonomics to allow for a higher grip, mitigating that snappy recoil impulse. It is striker-fired with a clean break, and the capacity is shocking for its footprint, offering 10 or 12 rounds of .380. This is the gun you carry when you cannot carry a gun. Whether you are in a non-permissive environment or just running to the gas station at 2 a.m., this pistol ensures you are never unarmed. It is a technological leap forward for deep concealment. Is it possible to carry confidence? Standing tall at number 3 is the gold standard for concealment, the Glock 43X. This pistol represents the moment Glock finally listened to the American market. It takes the legendary reliability of the Glock 19 and slims it down into a single-stack width profile that disappears under a t-shirt. With a 3.4-inch barrel and a grip length that allows for a full purchase, it solves the biggest problem with subcompacts: control. You are not fighting the gun, you are driving it. While it ships with 10-round magazines, the aftermarket support is massive, offering steel magazines that boost capacity to 15 rounds without changing the dimensions. It is boringly reliable, simple to maintain, and has a vast ecosystem of holsters and sights. If you need a 9mm that will fire every single time you pull the trigger, regardless of lint, sweat, or neglect, the 43X is the professional's choice for deep cover. Coming in at number 2 is a ballistic anomaly that breaks every rule of the budget market: the Palmetto State Armory Rock 5.7. 5 years ago, shooting the 5.7 by 28mm cartridge was a rich man's game. PSA changed the laws of physics and economics with this pistol. This is a full-sized handgun that offers 23 rounds of capacity in a flush-fit magazine. The recoil? It is virtually non-existent. The high velocity and flat trajectory of the 5.7 round make hitting targets at 50 yards feel like cheating. It features a good trigger, excellent steel sights, and ergonomics that feel natural in the hand. While the ammunition is pricier than 9mm, the ability to put accurate volume of fire downrange with zero recoil is a tactical advantage you cannot ignore. It is a specialized tool that punches through barriers and distance limitations, all for under $400. And finally, the number 1 firearm you can buy on a budget in 2025, the do-it-all warrior, the Smith & Wesson M and P 2.0 Compact. If you can only own one gun to defend your home, carry on your hip, and take to a tactical class, this is it. The M&P 2.0 series fixed everything wrong with earlier polymers. It has an aggressive grip texture that locks into your skin like skateboard tape, ensuring the gun never shifts during rapid fire. The internal chassis is rigid steel, reducing flex and improving accuracy. It ships with 15-round magazines and includes 4 interchangeable palmswells to fit any hand size perfectly. This is a duty-grade weapon used by law enforcement agencies across the United States. It is robust, it eats any ammunition you feed it, and it feels like an extension of your body. For the price, it is not just a bargain, it is a steal. This is the weapon I would trust to get me home when the world falls apart. There you have it. 12 firearms that prove you do not need a government contract budget to exercise your Second Amendment rights. Whether you choose the rugged utility of the Mossberg 500 or the refined lethality of the Smith & Wesson, the hardware is only half the equation. A $400 gun in the hands of a trained shooter is infinitely more dangerous than a $3,000 custom rifle in the hands of a novice. Take the money you saved, buy a case of ammunition, and get to the range. Train until you cannot get it wrong. If you carry one of these, or if I missed your favorite budget blaster, sound off in the comments below. Stay dangerous, stay free, and I will see you downrange.